Hey everybody, this is Mike, and this is going to be the Suikoden 4 walkthrough. I actually haven't played this game for, oh boy, probably 6 months, maybe more. So I'm going to do my best to remember, everything, but it could be tough. So Suikoden 4, I actually did, I did a walkthrough on 1 and 2. I skipped 3. I don't really know why. I guess I probably could have just done them in order, but I don't know. I didn't. So, I guess whatever. It is what it is. Maybe eventually I'll pick up 3 and do a walkthrough for that one too. But we'll see. Got a lot of other stuff going on right now, which is actually why, again, so it's been, like I said, about 6 months since I actually played this and took all this footage. So, again, hopefully I'll remember everything. Oh, I mean, that's probably not going to happen, but I'll try to do my best. But anyways, a lot of mixed feelings, I think, on this game. I guess you could kind of say that, about any game, but I agree with some of it, don't agree with some as well. So it's kind of, it is what it is. It's a
Get the captain.
You either like it or you don't, I guess. Overall, I would say that I like the game. There's some neat stuff to it. They added, I think they added some fun stuff to it, and unfortunately, maybe took some other things away. But
Don't worry, it'll be
a lot of the things that I was annoyed with in some of the previous Suikoden games, were improved upon. So, again, overall, I would say I like the game. Alright, so what do we got here? This must be the first naval battle. Just comes up right away. And I don't remember if you can, I don't think you can even lose this one. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, alright, so he's gonna snow runs through the basics of the naval combat. The captain, like he's saying there, determines the maneuverability. It looks like Snow is automatically your captain for this one, so it doesn't look like you can affect that at all. And then the one of the cooler things about this, and once you get the hang of it, it gets really easy, is the rune cannon, I guess, system. So you can see it's kind of blocked out right now by these character names because I'm selecting who's going to fire the rune cannon, which I do end up going with Kenneth. And the reason is the enemy ship has a lightning and a water. And as you can see, oh my gosh, yeah, no, it's all blocked out again, so I can't see. The 4 people at the bottom are basically determines the HP of your ship, and you kind of just want to go with whoever's got, the most, which, we're obviously severely limited on what we can actually do. But, gosh, the probably the biggest deciding factor in these battles is who you have for the rune cannon. And you want to match them up so that you have basically a good match against them. So I went with Kenneth because he's lightning. The enemy ship has a lightning and a water, so anytime they fire, anytime two elements go against each other, so we'll just say in this case, if I fire the lightning cannon and they fire a lightning cannon, nothing happens, and it just kind of fizzles out. Now, if you fire your cannon and they fire the weakness to it, so basically, once they fire their water cannon, because obviously we're going to be firing a lightning cannon every time because that's the only element we took, and so basically every time the enemy fires their lightning cannon, it's going to fizzle out and not do anything to either of us. Every time the enemy fires the water cannon, we're not going to take any damage, and they're going to take damage. And then here's actually this interesting thing happened here, where if you fire at a ship who isn't turned, So basically, if you fire at the front of the ship or the rear, they can't counterattack. And so obviously they're going to fire at us. We're going to return fire, and they fired a water cannon. So again, it didn't do any damage to us, and they took 25 back. And that's basically how the rest of this fight's going to go down. Literally, they cannot do anything to you. As long as you pick Kenneth as your rune cannon operator. Now, if you would have picked Tal I believe is Earth. So when Tal fires, if they fire lightning, we wouldn't have taken any damage, and they would have taken damage because lightning is the weak element, I guess, to Earth. But if they would have fired the water element, we would have both taken damage. Because they're not weak to each other, and vice versa. So that is essentially it. And in all honesty, all of the naval battles in the game are fairly easy, other than I believe the last one. The last one is a little bit tricky, and I feel like you can set yourselves up, in a good way for everything. But there's still a little bit of randomness, I guess, involved in the final one. But even that being said, it's still fairly easy. Now here we actually get to the combo, or the combat system, and it looks like, I did do the tutorial, which is a little odd. One thing I noticed was, I want to say that sometimes your main character has different stats right at the beginning of the game. Like, I vaguely remember having more health in a different playthrough, and that's not even saying it wasn't a new game plus or anything like that. So it was just weird. So I don't know. It seems to me there's at least a little bit of randomness to the character stats and whatnot. Or maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Who even knows? But as far as the combat system in this game, boy, I'm trying to think of what's very different from the other ones. Everybody's got a fight command. Everyone's got to defend. Everyone can use rune magic. Well, not. It depends on what runes you have equipped. Some runes aren't magic runes. So, I believe, just like the other ones, when you actually attack is determined by your, I believe it's agility in this one. So the higher your agility, the more often you will attack before the enemies. But in all that is actually based off of their agility too. So basically, if your agility rating is higher than theirs, you'll go faster, or you'll go first. And then there's the combo attacks, again, just like the other Suikoden games, like we just used there. The hero and Snow have the friendship attack, which is basically deals a good amount of damage to one character.
For a captain, you lack a sense of
or one enemy, I should say.
Watch yourself.
And then items. Items again. Same kind of deal as the other Suikoden games, other than I believe the first one, okay, so there wasn't really like a how did that work? There wasn't like a bag that all your characters could take from. And by that I mean like a shared inventory.
I'll go easy at first, but if things get heated,
which was kind of limited you on what you could actually do in battle, which, whatever, time and place for that, I guess. But in this one, they completely scrapped that idea, and now it's just, if you want to use an item in battle, you just take it out of your bag, which is, I don't know, I think it's pretty nice. And then here, the duels are back, just like the other games. So, all these, the NPCs that you actually fight have prompts, and I don't remember all of them, and I'm not gonna list them all out. If you find yourself having problems with the duels, I guess look up the different the prompts online, to find out basically how to beat these guys. basically you have, you know, just like the other Suikoden games, you've got attack, guard, and then like full power or whatever like that, or special, sorry. And then actually additionally there's a I think it's a full power it's called, and you can use that, I want to say, only once every duel. So like if you absolutely know the enemy is about to use the special command, you know, you can use guard and then do, I believe it, I think you can do full power, and you'll just destroy them. You know, basically full power adds you know, more power to your next attack. So you know, again, you're gonna want to use that when you're absolutely sure of your enemy's next ability. You know, and then there's some other things that'll help you out with your duels too. If you find yourself not doing so well, or if you can't beat somebody, you can always, you know, level up a bit. You know, again, I wouldn't say I ever had any problems with the duels in this game. They felt even easier than some of the other games. So yeah, so anyways, the main character is obviously his friend is Snow, and they are, I guess, naval recruits. And what is this? This is basically just a basic patrol mission. So cool theme. I like the whole like sea theme to this game, and I like the islands. It was a nice kind of change of pace from the, you know, the overworld map, and, you know, walking between towns and then, you know, crossing a mountain path and blah blah blah. So you know, maybe not everyone's favorite setting, I guess, but again, I really liked it. And later on in the game, gosh, it gets so cool. They did such a good job with the teleporting, and then have it being able to use the blinking mirror essentially everywhere. So you know, it goes from you know, having to sail your ship everywhere and being actually pretty limited. You're kind of limited at the very beginning of the game, just because they don't want you, you know, venturing out into more dangerous areas of the sea and thus getting destroyed, which I wasn't so wild about that idea. You know, I don't really like any type of limiting factors with world maps, but that's typically how any MMO works anyway. You know, again, they don't really want you jumping ahead and, you know, acquiring resources, you know, way early in the game, which, you know, whatever, it's understandable. But again, you know, at a certain point in the game, it really, the world map really opens up, and you can kind of go everywhere and really do some decent exploration. So yeah, I don't know, not much else to say there. I think one of the more important decisions at the very beginning of the game, and I don't know if we'll actually make that decision or not in this first video, but you actually get to choose between, so the four characters here that actually we just used there in the naval combat battle. So it's Tal, I don't know how to say his name, Paula, Kenneth, and Jewel. And I guess, you know, if I was to make a recommendation, I think I'd go with Kenneth as one of the characters you bring with. And then I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between Jewel and Paula. I think maybe I'd lean a little more towards Paula because she's got the wind element, and Kenneth, the reason why I like him is because he's got a lightning rune equipped right away, and that thing is really good. Not only for the naval combat battles, but just any type of like boss fight, I guess. That lightning rune really comes in handy. So I guess, you know, that I guess that's my recommendation. And actually, I didn't end up going with both of those. I grabbed Kenneth, and then I took Tal, though. And I think strictly a reason why I took Tal was because he looks really cool when he attacks. You know, he runs up and slashes and then does like a backflip. But the reason why I don't feel like he's that great is because I think it takes him a little longer to get a second rune slot. And, you know, I don't know. That's, you know, again, it's really up to you. But if you're going to power game it kind of like I did, that's, I guess, I would pick somebody else. I'd go with, like, you know, the Kenneth Paula combination. So, alright, so I tried to go into town and you can't right away. These soldiers are in the way. And I think, gosh, I want to say it's like the R2 or something lets you sprint. Or at least run a little faster than this, because otherwise the main character is super slow. And I think it took me a little bit to get refamiliarized with the game and actually start sprinting. So I apologize for the clomping, which is what it feels like he's doing. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Alright, Old Book Volume 9. So there's another return from some of the old games, is the old books. I don't know how useful they are. Maybe if, you know, you're not cruising around on the internet looking info up, you know, maybe then they're useful. But for me, you know, I've already played through this game probably 3 or 4 times, so I didn't really find them all that useful. Trying to think of where all there's a couple of treasure chests that you can grab right away, and don't remember right where they were at. I think there's the one that we just grabbed, the old book. I think that's it for this particular building. And then yeah, so here I'm just running around trying to refamiliarize myself with some of these areas, because I just, previous to this, you know, again, so like I said, I had played this like probably 3 or 4 times, but you know, between playthroughs, gosh, you know, I played the game right when it came out, so kind of, and honestly, I don't even remember when that was. This game feels really old, so you know, your guess is as good as mine. I want to say it says right at the title screen too when it came out, but I don't remember. So this is actually the main character's room, and here you get a water orb and a steamed bun. I don't know, actually don't really know how useful that water rune really is at the beginning of the game. Gosh, yeah, I'm trying to even remember if and when I even equipped one. It just doesn't feel like you really get much use out of them. I'm a little more, as far as runes go anyway, I don't really use them a whole lot, but when I do, I like to have the more offensive ones. So, yeah, again, I don't even know if I equipped that one. Alright, so Katrina here is right outside the Hall of Knights. Excuse me.
All of you here today,
And that's where we need to go right away.
to Gaian's one and only band of knights.
You got
In other
Commander
words,
Glenn
your long days of
telling
training
us
are
our
now
training
over.
days are over. It's
For
time to get
now,
the program.
I will talk of my experiences. It was 7 years ago, on the seas of our enemy nation, Kuluk. 4 of our knight ships were
A
decimated
bitter battle. Wow.
by just
4
one Kuluk
decimated by
vessel.
1 Kuluk vessel, huh?
It was a bitter
Sounds like
battle.
sounds like those
Many of
Kuluks were
my
kind of
men
beasts.
paid the ultimate price. Most of you probably know this much, but no one wants to talk about what happened next. Why? Because it reminds us of the humiliation we suffered at the hands of a certain
The hands of a certain man. Oh boy, I bet you're gonna tell us who that certain man
The
was.
commander of that enemy fleet
Troy.
was a man named Troy.
Okay.
Back then, Troy was not much older than those of you here right now.
Alright, so Troy was not much older than those of you
Even
here right now.
Gaian's veteran knights were unable to inflict a single scratch on that young man.
Wow, okay.
You must all strive
So he sounds
to
like
become
some sort
knights
of
even
prodigy.
greater than Troy, Do you understand? Such a humiliating
He was young,
experience
and
must not be
the
repeated.
elites of this nation were not even able to scratch him. That's pretty impressive, actually. Think about it.
The fate of Gaian is in your
Fate of
hands.
Gaian is in your hands. Alright.
That is all. Congratulations, graduates.
So, I don't know, I guess a little, I don't know if I'd say foreshadowing, but, sounds like this Troy character is someone we need to be looking out for.
In other words, guard duty. Do your best, and do not let your guard down. Also, your official equipment is still in production. We will contact you when it is complete.
Your official equipment is not complete. Okay. Oh, the kindling ritual. Oh my god. Forgot about that. They make you do some kind of lame stuff in this game. Kindling ritual is one of them. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay. Boy, I hope I learn to sprint, like, really soon. And I vaguely remember, you know, doing it. Maybe not, hopefully not too much longer, but we'll see. Alright, so here we're finally in the port, and I guess I'd recommend saving. I don't know that you're in that big of a, or if there's much risk in. Oh wow, getting a game over at this point, but I mean, I think it's pretty safe in any RPG to, to want to save as soon as you can. Looks like the shops are closed right now, so we gotta, I guess I gotta skip those, which is kind of lame too. But in this area, we'll see if there's any. Normally, there's random battles here. And, yep, here we go. Okay. I thought maybe they cut him out for the first part of the game, but that is not the case. Basically, I guess I would just recommend using the combo attacks at the beginning of the game here, because it's actually pretty strong. And there's nothing here. I don't. Again, it had been a long time since I had played this, so I was trying to find stuff that wasn't there. There is a little hidden quest up here that you are going to want to get. Or do.
Let's go.
Oh. Hoofda. We'll see if it's actually active right now or not. I can't remember if it's active right away, right this early or not. So we're gonna find out. Or see more fun and random battles here. Oh, the old counterattack. I don't know about anybody, if you're watching, if you enjoy the leveling at the beginning of the game or not, or if you feel like, honestly, I don't know, I don't feel like you absolutely need to come to this side of the street this early. In a little bit here we'll actually get, like I was saying, we'll get the two other NPCs to join us. So again, you can either choose between Tal, Paula, Jewel, and Kenneth. And you don't actually have to come to the side of the street until you get them. And I mean, it's not like these things are all that difficult to take down, the enemies here. But But you know, you will get a little more assistance here in a little bit. So, you know, I guess do what you want.
Let's go.
Let's go. I like how the main character does all the work, and then Snow comes in and just slashes like once, and tries to like look pretty. All right, so the quest must not be active yet. So normally there's a little girl and a pirate here in this corner by the crate, and I believe they're. Oh, excuse me. Wow, jeez. I think there is a map. Is it a treasure map back here? I think. Yeah.
Let's go.
Get a nice little collection of. There you go. Yeah, treasure map right there. Gosh, you know, now that I think about it, you might even be able to skip the whole pirate and. We'll fight now. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too soon.
Let's go.
We'll just hold off on that. Hold off on that statement, because it could be untrue, and I don't want to give out bad info. If you noticed in the chest that was down the street from here, there was a mushroom in there, and the mushrooms are actually pretty handy. Trying to think which ones. Gosh, I want to say I think the mushroom. Yeah, and you know what? I should check before I actually speak to it, but. Basically, there's two ways to restore your, you know, kind of like magic abilities. Sorry, there's two items to restore your magic abilities. Actually, there's more. Gosh, there's three at least that I know of. Other than sleeping, like at an inn, you know, or basically resting in a bed. So resting in a bed will restore all your character's MP all the way up. But then there's items also, you know, that will come in handy in battle, and I believe they can be used out of battle too. And one of them is obviously the mushroom. If I remember right, the mushroom restores 1 MP of every level. So that can come in really handy when you are, you know, say facing a boss battle and you're using a lot of your rank 4 magic spells, because you know, you typically don't get, or most characters don't have many rank 4 skills, but they are the best. They hit extremely hard, you know, depending on which ones they are. And then there's the mint, and I believe that restores all of your rank 1 and, gosh, maybe even rank 2. Don't quote me on that though, because I don't remember. We will get some of those later. So you know, I'll speak a little more to that once we actually get there. And then the final item is the mixed herb, or mixed herbs, and I believe, again, I can't quite remember, but I think they restore everything. So obviously, awesome items to have, very useful. But they are also very rare. So. Once we get a little farther on in the game, they actually become, I don't know if I'd say easy to get, but you will be able to get. We will be able to get many of them.
Here, please.
So here we have this little cutscene starts. This is the Kindling ritual.
Will perform the Kindling ritual. Snow Vingerhut, first son of Vincent, Lord of the village of Rosaril. This year I shall conduct the kindling.
Okay, buddy.
Well, shall we go together? All you have to do is follow my lead.
So Snow, like him or hate him, he's an interesting character. He's kind of one of those. I don't know. He's definitely spoiled little rich boy, for one thing. but like he doesn't have oh, I don't know how to say it. I think maybe he's got a little bit of self-entitlement stuff going on with him.
Would you like to join me?
And that definitely causes some problems. So he kind of just, you know, feels like everything should be easy for him, and and he should be respected no matter what, just because, you know, he's the rich guy's son, and obviously that creates some issues, and the poor guy just makes tons and tons of bad decisions. So he, you know, as you'll see as the game progresses. But I never felt like he was like a bad person at heart. It's just he just makes a lot of wrong decisions, you know. So, and I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was looking for stuff that wasn't there. But you light all those people's torches, and then you can just continue on. I don't remember if there's anything back here or not. Not yet. Anyway, later on in the game, there'll be a treasure chest right around here. But you know, again, that's much later on in the game. And I know I was looking for another one of the NPCs. It's actually a recruitable character. His name is I think you say it Chipu. And he's a kobold. And I don't know, he's an okay character. He gets a little annoying at times, but he's all right. So yeah, there's nothing really else you can do. I guess I'd just, you know, light all the torches and then continue on. Later on, this street actually changes. You know, and this, you know, obviously the people with the torches leave and stuff. So I was looking for there's some NPCs in the street later on that will, I believe, give you some items.
Celebrate the initiation of these magnificent new knights.
All right, so this is Snow's father, Lord Vingerhut. And I don't really know quite how this town works. Like, if he's like, I feel like he's an elected official, but I'm not 100% sure. It might just be like a family, you know, the Vingerhuts run Razoril or whatever.
Forgive me. A knight should not speak from his heart so freely. Please, forget everything.
So here Snow is a little, I don't know if I'd say intimidated or worried about,
well then, what do you want to do now?
You know,
do you feel like
his
staying
upcoming
and taking a
duties.
look around?
He's Snow is probably his biggest downfall is his lack of confidence. So, and again, that kind of gets him into some bad situations where then he ends up again making poor decisions. So, poor guy. All right. I don't remember if you actually need to talk to your team here or not. I don't remember. But I think at a certain point here we're going to need to go back to basically to the port and find Chipu. I think that is actually what advances the story. Because Chipu says something about a girl being abducted, I believe it is, and then we kind of jump into the rescue, and then I believe you go back to that screen that we were just at, where our teammates are at, and then you can go grab two of them to help out, Yeah, there's Chipu. I just saw him walk by. He's walking off to the left there. There he is. Alright. Yep, girl just got taken by pirates. I rushed through that dialogue really fast on accident. I ran towards the back street. I swear on my 9 lives. So, you know, I don't know for sure if you absolutely have to go back and grab your teammates or not. I don't remember. But, I guess you can always try, you know, going with just the hero and Snow and seeing if you can do it. But, you know, again, the more the merrier. So I decided to go back and grab some muscle. Hired goons. Alright. So here we got Paula. And did I grab Tal? Okay. Let's grab Paula and Tal. Or did I switch some out? I don't know. Oh, yeah, now that I see it here, there's also another. You can kind of have a 5th party member. Not really. It just affects some minor stuff. And that's your support role down there. So there's a couple of different characters, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about it once we actually get some of them. But not every character can be a support character. Like Tal, Paula, Kenneth, they are not support characters. Those will only ever go in your main party. But the support characters, there's a couple of different ones. Probably the most common ones that I use are the ones that give me some sort of drop rate increase. For like, we'll say, more commonly will drop items. Some of the other more useful ones are like the ones that actually heal your party by a certain percentage after every fight. So, and those are interesting. They will restore basically a set amount of health to your characters after every battle, and I believe it's a percentage. So like, we'll just say it'll restore, for argument's sake, and I don't remember right off the top of my head, but I want to say like, we'll just say 5% of their maximum health is restored at the end of every battle. So, and those can be useful too. Like if you're out just grinding or you're going through a dungeon, those can be useful. I don't particularly like those because again, I like the increased item drop rates. So that is typically what I will go with. Yeah. So. I think another one of them will like increase the amount of money that you get at the end of combat, and that's another one of those ones that I don't even bother with. I feel like you generate plenty of cash in this game without the use of that. So here's the pirate and the little girl. Help me, misters. So we'll just make quick work of these pirates and call it a day. The wind asleep, I don't know. I don't ever really find that very useful. And then kindness drops is a basic heal. So that was what I was saying earlier. Paula's got the wind rune, and again, I don't feel like the first wind of sleep there is all that useful. I'm trying to even think of times where I thought it was even useful, and I'm not thinking of any. So but kindness drops, on the other hand, that Jewel has is quite a bit more useful. It's a nice little heal. So, and again, what I was saying earlier is I tend to favor the more offensive-based runes, but there's definitely something to be said for the ones that have at least a little bit of healing. So, You know, there's nothing wrong with balance. And I got a pot there, an unidentified pot, and I can't. I'm not sure what you actually get for that. But if you haven't checked it already, check behind that box for that treasure map. So if you didn't come here earlier, obviously now it's gone because I already got it. But you're gonna want to grab those, and those will come into play much later. The treasure hunting mini game. Oh man, I like it or hate it, you get some really good stuff from that mini game. But boy, some of those maps can be difficult. And if I ever get there, I'll probably do a specific guide just for the treasure hunting because it can be a nightmare. God, I remember spending a lot of time on a couple of the maps. Some of them, super easy. Others just really rough. So, all right, it's looking like we're finally coming to the end of this this video. I guess it went a little longer than I intended, but I think it's as good a spot as any. So I think I just went into this next screen here and then used the save sphere. So probably a good time to do that. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, hopefully you guys you like the first video and join me for more. All right, thanks for watching.